Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to talk about the books that I read last week. So, we are doing great on the reading front because we are doing terrible on the sleeping front. Not terrible. We just, my newborn is in the stage of nursing for like ever. So, every 3 hours where I'm up for 45 minutes or an hour. So, great for my reading, bad for my sleep. But let's just talk about it. So I have 2 middle grades and then a bunch of adult books. So let's just talk. So the first is a devotional that I did with my kids called Theology. And Theology, you get it. This is just different lessons about, of course I turned to the one that doesn't have a title, about different biblical concepts and things we can learn about God, and sin always brings judgment, etc., etc., etc. The Holy Spirit, God's best gift. So this one was not our favorite. We do a devotional every day and have for a long time, so you guys have seen a lot of these. And this one was not our favorite. It is a beautiful book, and it's kind of a pricey book, and so I expected a little bit more out of it, but this says Ancient Truths Ever New. I feel like the presentation was just a little bit dry for kids, and so it was okay. Not our favorite, not the worst. 3-star devotional for kids. Then we've got Measuring Up. Goodness gracious. And this is a middle grade that I read by myself. So my kids and I have been reading pretty much primarily picture books because it's Halloween. We like seasonal reads. So not much reading chapter books with the kids, but this one was so good. This is a graphic novel about this girl from Taiwan, I think, and her mom and dad are like, hey, we're moving to America. She's not happy about it, and her grandmother can't come with them. And so she tries to take some lessons that she learned from her grandmother back to America with her. And biggest lesson or thing is cooking. And so she enters a cooking contest, and the prize is enough money to send her grandma over, so she's trying to win. And this is very much like the kids baking show or whatever, except it's cooking. And she gets partnered up, like at first they're in partners, and with this girl who is Italian, and they just don't really get along, but they learn how to be friends. And then she really learns how to like accept and embrace her culture, and it was great. Okay, so now on to the adult books. We have Last Light by Terry Blackstock. This is the first in her restoration novel or restoration series. And this was a part of my Cozy Cottage readathon vlog number 2, the one where we had the baby. And so if you haven't seen that, I will link that down below. But this was a true 5-star book. I have not read a 5-star book in a long time, but I love dystopians. And this is a dystopian about, it's like a present day-esque. I mean, it's just definitely dated as 2024, but I would say this is post 9/11, sometime between now and then. And this is about something happens, and in one moment everything stops. All electricity, all water, everything stops. Cars stop in the middle of the road. It just, I mean, you know, if you think about it too hard, it's not possible, but that's fine. So everybody is forced to go back to just primal ways of living. And it's just interesting to think about how you would react. And we follow a Christian family that has 3 kids, and they are just trying to survive. And they've got 3, like the kids are all grown or close to it. And yeah, it is really interesting. Really got me thinking. Yeah, I like this book a lot. It is a 4-book series. Excuse me. And I am continuing on with it now because this first one was so good. So, yeah, definitely makes you think about, like, humanity and how quick you go savage for yourself. And it's not gory or anything, but there's a killer on the loose. There's a lot of people looting and things. This was really good. Then we have The Intern by Michelle Campbell. So this one, I don't know why I had it in my head that I really like Michelle Campbell, because I don't. I have read It's Always the Husband, didn't like it, and this one was like a 3-star for me. So this is about a law student who gets an internship working for a judge, and this judge has a past, and everybody's keeping secrets, nobody's likable. Our main character is like, come on, lady, come on. I could see naive, but this takes it to an extreme where it's like, gosh. And then we get a ton of different timelines and kind of intermingling of characters, and nobody's good. Everybody's kind of screwing each other over. I'm not happy about the underground crime scene. Like, I just don't like that. I don't like to read about it. And so this was a 3-star for me. Then followed by a DNF, The Sunday Wife. This is one I hauled somewhat recently about a pastor's wife. They're moving to a new town. Her and her husband are moving to a new town, getting involved in a new congregation and all of that. And she makes friends with somebody who also doesn't really fit the mold. And it's them. They're kind of like, I don't know, just all their hijinks. But this was so slow and descriptive and just bleh, that I read, I don't know, 40 pages and said, I'm done. Okay, then we have Waiting for Morning by Karen Kingsbury. So it's kind of been a Christian fiction heavy week, which is good, just because I've got, you know, anxiety issues, postpartum issues, all that kind of stuff. Christian fiction is a better place for my brain to land than other things. And so Waiting for Morning, this is the first in, I think, a trilogy. And this is about a woman named Hannah. And she's waiting for her family, her husband and 2 girls, to come home. And then she finds out that there was a car crash. And her husband and one of her daughters has died. And they were hit by a drunk driver. So the rest of the book, that's like the first chapter. So the rest of the book is her trying to seek revenge and trying to kind of get closure on her family's death. And her other daughter is still alive. So we really explore like the relationship dynamics between her and the surviving daughter. Oh, goodness gracious. I am so sorry. Her and the surviving daughter. And so we are... we're just exploring that relationship, her need for revenge, some court cases a court case that's going on because they were killed by a drunk driver who had a history of drunk driving. Anyway, so this book also made me think about humanity and like kind of that the Christian idea of forgiveness and how hard that would be in a situation like this where everything in your life is gone because of somebody's mistake, and how hard that would be to forgive, but also how kind of poisonous it is to hold on to unforgiveness. And so I really like this book. It's definitely heavy. The first couple chapters I was almost gonna put it down just because, you know, again, hormones are raging, something really sad, but I liked it as the book went on, and I again liked really hearing and thinking about what I would do. And then last is Bring Her Home by David Bell. Another kind of, this one's kind of thrillery, not Christian fiction at all, but this man is going to the hospital because he has been told that his 16-year-old daughter was involved in an incident and she is not doing well. And so it's him sitting kind of vigil by his daughter's bedside and trying to figure out what happened to her. And she was one, her and her friend were together. Her friend was killed and she was not. And so there's a lot of things around that and what happened the whole time we're trying to figure it out. It definitely gets fast paced. It gets intense. I really like this book. I started it on a walk on audio and then like had to finish it within for sure 24 hours, if not less, because it was just, I had to know what was going on. There was a lot of, it's pretty predictable, honestly. I would say I knew halfway through, and I'm not a good guesser, but all the ins and outs, and it was still just fast-paced and really entertaining and kept my attention. So that is everything that I read for the week. A lot of kind of darker stuff, actually. Nothing super cheesy, but like the Christian fiction, I feel like always has a good moral kind of dilemma where you get to think about what you would do, and then it just wraps up okay. So that's where I'm at this week. Thank you for bearing with me as we've got some, the tired, yawning videos. I promise it'll get better. I sure hope it'll get better, knock on wood. But yeah, we're doing great, just a little tired. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.